this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to Idea Diary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. All right, it's Monday, and I have been working on my website and Shopify. I'm hoping to have it all wrapped up as much as I can without marketing photos this week. Hopefully, definitely tomorrow I can have valerieaiello.com go somewhere where it's a kind of directory so anyone could write me on any platform that they're the most used to. I'm shying away from social media a bit, but I will still be checking DMs and stuff like that. I kind of just have the usual LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And I think that's pretty much it, other than YouTube and Medium and having a review section on wherever people can find the podcast. But I don't know exactly all the places where the podcast is at because I use Anchor to distribute it, and they have all these relationships, and it just kind of goes to a bunch of different places. I mean, I've never even gone to the iTunes to see if anyone's reviewed anything. There are no ways to get notifications necessarily the way I guess that I have it set up. I know there are ways when you host a podcast, you can go direct with iTunes, so you might have more control over, I guess, review notifications and maybe some artwork control. I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, with Anchor, it kind of is what it is. And it's free to use, and they host your podcast for free, which seems kind of crazy, but it's available, which is why I'm using it, and it's pretty good quality of a product as far as how to use it and everything and how to upload shows. It's really fast and easy, and I'm definitely here for it. So there is this one YouTube video that I watched today, and it's this girl Amanda. I'll link the video, her live video today, in the comment section of this show. And she was talking about, it was 1:11. Today's 1:11. And at 1:11, I think she went live. And a lot of the things that she was talking about just kind of really made sense to me. I guess you would probably call it, a normal person might listen to the video and think that's a little strange, and it is, but it's strange in a really good way, in one of my favorite ways. And overall, she was talking about when you're in survival mode, it's very different than being in a creative mode, and so you've got to kind of put yourself into creative mode and get out of survival mode and kind of shift yourself. And I know it seems crazy to just think your mind can totally change your reality, but I swear to God, if you look at things differently, take a different perspective, think about things in a totally different way, come to problems with totally different solutions than maybe you originally might have handled them, there are ways to instantly turn your frown upside down. And I know that seems very annoying when you're in problem situations, but there are ways to approach things to get you out of that survival mode. She talks a lot about, in this shift that's happening and the way that just a lot of things are changing. And I think one of the most important things that is changing with the internet becoming such a huge part of our lives is that you get the opportunity to kind of fine-tune yourself, kind of figure out what are your needs. And she kind of says, when you focus on your needs of your mind and your body and your heart, kind of taking that very seriously rather than just thinking, oh, I need a job with a paycheck so that I can cover my basic needs, and then I'm going to figure out what makes me happy. You've got to come at life a little bit differently and focus on your most authentic self and then build your life. She talks a lot about humans being the technology, and And some of it might be some sort of, could be something that people think is maybe psychic or magical or not real. And I think you can obviously go into your imagination, and some people do not believe in psychics and some people do. And some people don't believe in ghosts and some people do. And some people think that they can communicate with aliens and some people think that's insane. The human brain is so crazy and our body's crazy and we don't even know half of what we can really do. But whatever you believe in super out there things or just like the normal science stuff that we kind of all agree upon, whatever it is, we are still the technology. And I don't know fully yet what that all means for me because I feel like there's just so much unknown that there is to be discovered about my own brain and what's possible. And I know, for one thing, writing stuff down is a game changer. Doing it every day is a game changer. You know, I was doing a morning meditation kind of through July to December. I started doing my morning meditation as a morning pages thing. So the morning pages, the book Julia Cameron, I kind of discovered that during my daily meditation thing that I was doing the past few months. And it was kind of hard to do the meditation and do morning pages. I don't know why, because a meditation could be 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be like a full sit down. I'm gonna take this meditation to the next level. I'm still trying to, even though I'm doing my meditations as I'm writing, I still kind of want to separate it, but I haven't figured out how to consistently do it yet. I do have a good solid 30 minutes of just me time and focusing and organizing my to-do list of what I'm doing that day, making sure I'm having the most fun, not procrastinating stuff that doesn't need to be procrastinated, backburnering stuff that definitely needs to go on the back burner, and getting stuff done that is just doable. And at the same time, having my daily dream routines and daily ritual things that I do, getting those things done. I hate it so much when people say you just need to do something for 30 days and then it's a habit, because I can do something every day for a whole year and it's still not a habit. I'm still forcing myself to do it, and I can drop it and never think about it again just as easily. When things don't come natural and you're forcing yourself to do it because, you know, maybe it's a part of a bigger plan, you could do it every day and it's still not a fully a habit. But then when you have the magical things that you start doing and they just kind of sync with your body and sync with your timeline and they never seem like a drag and they're just totally you, then those end up being habits. It's just overall fine tuning yourself. I think thinking about yourself as technology, kind of really taking your mind and your heart and your body seriously and really just focusing on yourself. I think this is the time. You know, if you feel like you are in survival mode, maybe take a deep breath and take a step back and try to get into creation mode. And no matter how bad it is, just try to figure out how you can be proud of yourself. One of the things that I'm working on is figuring out where any vulnerabilities are. Like I said, I'm getting my house is on the market. I'm trying to sell it. Once that all goes through, I'm going to find the cheapest, smallest, whatever thing that I can find that I can pay for in cash. And I'm just going to not have bills for, I don't know, at least 2 years to see how the world changes, because I feel like whatever's happening right now and all the shift that happens, I want to keep my freedom and I want to keep my everyday. So I got to go. I mean, just my approach is I'm going smaller, no car payment, no house payment, no anything payment. I mean, I guess I'll have to pay electricity and the internet bill and, you know, a few things like that. That's kind of unavoidable. You know, it's a little bit scary to think that no one knows what's about to happen and how the economy is going to unfold and all the things that could go wrong. But I'm really focusing on making sure I am 100% in creative mode, as minimal as problems as possible. If the supply chain does break down and the food is crazy, I just went to the grocery store to get cream and stuff for the coffee. The power went out, I guess, because of the winter storm, and they had zero. They had a few things of milk and stuff. They had to throw everything away at the grocery store, and they couldn't accept more deliveries because they couldn't keep it cold. I had to drive to another grocery store. So there's just things that can happen that, who knows? We just should all be prepared in some way. And obviously you can't prepare for everything. So anything could happen. I think we learned that in 2020. 2021 is all about figuring out any vulnerability, how I can have backup plans and plan Bs and pivots, and just have as a relaxing 2021, 2022 as possible, and just kind of not cocoon, because I don't want to not hang out with friends for another 2 years and all that stuff. Definitely making sure that I'm safe at all angles and making it happen. So that's not financial advice. That is just my personal experience and what I'm doing. And I hope to report we're living in a new place soon, but it could take months. I mean, if you're realistic about actually selling a house and getting a new one, I'm hoping it's fast, because from what the real estate market is happening in Austin, there are not very many houses and they're going really fast. I just know it's January, so I think it'll pick up and we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, just overall making sure I stay in that creativity mode. I have no interest in being in survival mode, so I'm doubling down and making sure I have no bills for as long as possible, or the most minimal amount of bills, and still keep it fun. I will put Amanda's video in the description in case anyone's interested in seeing what she was talking about, and just a really good video. Anyways, I guess that's the end of the show. I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.